Tactics. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We have another tactic video coming to you today, following up last week's successful video in the 4-1-2-1-2. We were able to get gold 1 for the third time this year in the Premier League team of the season. I've been toying around with other formations, trying to get one just right for you guys, and we have another one today. It is the 4-3-3 using the false 9 striker, the 4-3-3 in the 5th variation. As you can see here, this is how we line up. Rooney is our center forward because he does have the highest passing rating. Mbappe and Kent out wide. I don't like using Kent. I don't really think he's that great of a card. But for chemistry reasons, he's the only one that I can get in the team. Bruno and Mason Mount as the 2 center attacking mids, and Essien as the DM. Luke Shaw, Zambrata, as Zambrata is my fullback. Fofana plays center back. Luke Shaw and Fofana as my center backs. Kurzawa wide, and Zambrata the other fullback, like I said. So, moving on to the tactics. Let's get straight into it, guys. We are going to be using this formation as a very, very high press formation and a high press tactics. We want to maintain possession. We want to consistently bombard the low blocks. We want to consistently and just absolute onslaught of attack throughout the entire weekend with this team. That is what this is going to be set up for. So if you don't like high press and if you want to park the bus, this is not the video for you. So let's get into it. Press after possession loss, high press. We want to get high up the pitch and really start to force these guys on the back foot and start getting forcing turnovers in dangerous positions so we can quickly make 1-2 passes and get through on goal. We want it to be defensively to width. We want to keep everything as narrow as possible in the center of the pitch. The worst place that we can allow the ball to go is from the wide position. Now I'll explain how we're going to use the offensive tactics to turn it into defensive positioning. Gonna know that. So definitely want to have this around 5 to 6. I don't mind playing 6 on this. It doesn't really make too much of a difference. Just that little bit. Test it, try it, see what works for you. Offensive style, long ball tactic, because if we are playing it from the back, we want our strikers and our wingers to be making forward runs. We have our midfielders that are presumably going to be very good at passing, that will be going forward and being able to pick these runners out. We want 5 width, fairly neutral formation. If you feel like your wingers are getting a little too wide, you can get this down to like 2, but we have the tactics and the instructions set up to maybe counteract that. So if you feel like they're playing too wide, knock it down to 2. If you feel like that's all right, stick with 5, play it neutral. Players in box, corners, free kicks. Obviously, I keep mine low, 100% personal preference. On to the instructions. We'll start with our wingers. This is going to be the same for Kylian Mbappe and Ryan Kent. Both are outside wingers. We want them to come back on defense, and this is not a park the bus tactic. Because they are a left wing and a right wing player, they are the furthest players up the pitch. They will essentially act as a midfield. So we're kind of going to be playing like a 4-1-4-1 in a sense on defense. So it's not like it's a park the bus 6 to the back. It's not that whatsoever. It's essentially a 4-1-4-1 on defense where Mbappe and Kent are just going to drop kind of level with Bruno and Mount. They're just dropping just a little bit, and it's not really a defensive thing. It's more of just so we can get the ball to them on quick counterattacks. Cut inside because we don't want them doing anything from the wide position, really. There's really not a ton that you can really gain from that wide position when you're going towards the corner flag, crossing in this game, especially when you've got a smaller center forward. It doesn't really do a ton. So not a ton going on there. Aggressive interception just because we want them to be as aggressive as possible when they are controlled by the AI. And get it behind, get them making runs forward. Using L1 to send them on runs is going to be the best way to control it, really. For Wayne Rooney, the center of the pitch, everything is going to be set to balanced for him. Everything default, balanced, whatever you want to call it. Everything's set to default, except for we want aggressive interceptions. I thought I changed that. Aggressive interceptions, and that is it. We don't really want him dropping too far down because he is going to be our player that when we get the ball to him. So essentially how you're going to play from the back is say you get the ball with Luke Shaw, one of your defenders. You're looking to Essien, Bruno, or Mount, your 3 midfielders, and then you're turning immediately and looking to Rooney. Rooney is going to be the player that plays it wide to Kent or Mbappe, your 2 wing players. That's essentially how you want it to be. So we want him to be a fairly neutral player. Moving on to your 2 midfielders, Bruno and Mason Mount, your 2 attacking midfielders. Balanced attack, stay on edge of box for cross. We don't want them bombing and overcommitting. We want them staying on the edge of the box for cross for the long shots. Aggressive interception, stick to position, and cover center for both Bruno and Mount, your 2 center attacking mids. Going to Essien. This is a very, very, very important position on the pitch, and I wish we could have almost another player in here. This is why 3-back formations are nice. Basically, with Essien, he's going to be the player that stops all counterattacks. You need someone like Essien with high defending, high pace. You need minimum, I would say minimum 86 to 88 pace in that midfield spot. and I would say upper 80s at least defensively to be able to run that. So that's obviously without a shadow chem style. And someone he needs to be very, very agile and can pass as well. So Essien fits this build perfectly. Drop between defenders because that is, for me, seems to be how you can really stop the counterattacks, because they try and launch the ball forward and all of a sudden Essien just poaches forward out of nowhere and gets interception. When you set him to stay back while attacking, I feel like he gets too far off the pitch and it really leaves you open for a counterattack, just in my experience in playing this. Cover center, of course, cut passing lanes, and aggressive interceptions. This is one that I feel like he's overcommitting to just set it down to normal interceptions. I feel like he could have maybe been a little overcommittal at times. So I'll just slap it on normal interceptions. And then, of course, stay back while attacking and on both. And then we want to set the run type to overlap, because we are going to have our fullbacks overlapping the wingers that are going to be cutting inside, as you can see from the cut inside chance creation tactic. So, guys, that is the 4-3-3 in the fifth variation tactics. Essentially, the pattern of play when you get the ball from the back is going to be getting the ball to your 3 midfielders as quick as possible and playing it to Rooney as quick as possible, and then looking for your outside wingers cutting inside using L1 runs. You can control them when you get the ball to Rooney, and then you can slip them through with triangle passes and behind the defense. It's disgusting how many chances this formation creates. I was getting 15 to 20 shots per game in Division 1. I don't know if it was just a good spell of play or what it was, but it was ridiculous. Guys, let me know in the comments if you have played this formation before and if you enjoy this formation. I personally have had a lot of success. Got myself to Division 1 with this formation, and was the formation that I switched to in Champs when I was down late in games and needed to really create a bunch of chances quickly to potentially get a goal back. Guys, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace, fellas.
Drugs, then you hold me close.